We've played 6 games in this series. The weirdest stat of all is that the road team is 2-1 in both cases. But what it also means, Brick, is we set up the two most exciting words in sports, Game 7.
Yeah, I mean, that was the expectation that Boston could go into Toronto and force that Game 7 and improve every aspect of their game, which they pretty much did. I think they checked just about every box with their performance in this win, and couldn't agree with Torrey Krug more. You know, with that power play, they were making the right passes. In other words, not trying to force plays, make the simple high-percentage play.
They weren't doing that earlier in the series.
No, they weren't, exactly. And they needed it. They needed that power play in the first period to do exactly what it did in order for them to win this game.
Power play goals now in 5 of the 6 games in this series, and so it is a factor, and that's something that you think about in Game 7 that Mike Babcock is going to be saying, don't take bad penalties. Don't put the Bruins on that power play. And look, you got to respect their PK's been pretty good, even though the fact that the Bruins, remember, early on in the series, it was power play number 2 that was coming through for the Bees, not so much number 1. So if they can get it going, if the first unit get it going, Dale, that's an added bonus too, especially heading into the last game. Like the players are saying, both the Leafs and the Bruins, and I think it's appropriate. They're saying, you know, the reporters are trying to get them to say something, and they're just like, none of it matters anymore. It's literally, Game 2 doesn't matter when we were good. Game 6 doesn't matter. Now it's just Game 7. That's what matters now.
Does it benefit anybody that this was a 3 o'clock game? You know, it's not
Bruins,
a 7 o'clock game, so you get a little bit more time in between Game 6s and 7.
I also think, I think it benefits the Bruins, but I also think this being a 3 o'clock game, a matinee, which the Bruins had, I believe, if I remember correct, Brick, it was 11 or 12 this year after versus like 1 for Toronto. I think it benefited in that regard too, but I think it also helps the Bees just a little bit more. And hey, it benefits Cher. Get her into the Air Canada Center. Barry's already in line. He's in line. He's got his leather on. He's ready for it.